I'm going to tell you the time and I tell you the day, but you know the day, you know the time. Probably gets old after a while, doesn't it? My soul is sad. My body's sick. My mind haunted. It is not a good thing to know all your family's secrets, nor should we as children. It is no one's business. Hey, hey, hey. This is rude. She gets rude, you know. It's really nobody's business as to about our family, who they were, who I am. Who I am really doesn't matter. I found that out recently. You have to live in yourself and be okay with yourself and not make the world around you matter so much as far as who you are. As long as you're not a convicted killer or killing anybody that is important in this world, like people, then you're fine. You should never go out and turn and intentionally harm people. Harming people is bad, and I harmed people. I apologized. I didn't mean to. Or maybe I did. I don't know, anger can be really a powerful thing and cathartic at the time, especially if you've had a bad childhood or a bad being in self. It's almost like if you believe in an evil, that would be the possession of yourself by your own self. And what do I believe in? It really doesn't matter because in the end it will only matter to me. It is private. That is something a lot of folks, in my opinion, haven't and won't figure out. They can't. It's okay. It's not my business to get into their business. My life has been odd. I chose to hurt it. I didn't choose in the beginning, but later on you take responsibility after about the age of 10 that I could have probably redirected in many different ways. My direction lately has been odd. Maybe it's the bad health that did it, maybe everything that combined, guilt, whatever. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were all I had as a mom. You're all I had as a father, and both invisible. I had invisible playmates and invisible parents. But you know, technically, it fits my personality, and it actually helped me along the way, and I did foolish things that you cannot be blamed for. You know, you get to the point, like I said, you can only search and hunt and snoop and pay investigators and do this and that so long that it gets exhausting. And it's like, leave it be. It's none of my business what my parents did before I was born. or their private lives during. They're human. I was raised by human people who had many faults, many. But I got out. I'm alive. I raised my kids the best I could. Early age. I did it. But not without help. I've always given myself a lot of accolades for that, but to be honest with you, the accolades also was the fact that I was married a few times. You know, the first husband, of course, being the kid's father, and the second husband being the third child's father, and then the second husband adopting the children together. Thank you. I know your life has not been good, and wherever you are, I don't know. I assume that it's an unhappy place, and there's nothing I can do about it. Our life is tumultuous, wasn't it, Mike? It's rather sad. And as I grow older, I've discovered that it's also private. Well, remember my yard last year, everybody? Here's my yard this year. And Suzette giving her opinion. And there's a lot of wild growth that I've allowed to build up the new growth. It's an cane apple tree. And then we have the Granny Smiths. This is like a park. My wild daisies, my mint, my rhododendron that had huge wild white flowers on it. This thing even lived in the winter without a pot. The white mothy thing. There's wild strawberries there, and there's actually mums. A lot of clover because I'm trying to get bees to come forth. That is actually, hi, my raspberry bush. This is her first year, so she will not bear raspberries, but she will next year. This crazy thing, of course, is bamboo, and it's growing like crazy in the Northwest. And up above, if you can see his butt, oh, it's a tiny. What are you doing? It's hiding. Okay. That's the problem. No zoom lens on a, on a computer. My camera is kind of, broke again. One of my fits of temper. Throwing it was easier. Oh, my pussy willows, my wildflowers. That is squash. Squash and pumpkin that have gone totally wild. This is a plant that is just, I will take over your whole yard. There's another pussy willow tree. I think this one will have pussy kits, they call them. The other one will have a blue kit. They are a wetland plant, and if you have wetland issues, I highly suggest them. These are green beans, and God, I don't know what else I planted in there. I surprised myself and my weeds and another bush. And Another plant. I plant things I don't even know what I do. This here is a berm that I worked on, remember? I dug it out. And in it, I put in sand and heavy rock. And it's worked. Paris did all the underhouse. It's all built up and waterproofed up above now. And we put in a shed, which helped. We're still working out here in our little park, as you can see. So, and then my lavender. Not my lavender, my lilacs. Let me tell you something about them. I need I believe, a female. I've got 2 males, but the tree is doing good. White lilac tree. Strawberries. Other things I've planted: corn, flowers, little sunflowers, carrots, and a lot of beets. Compost, lilac bushes, and important weeds, believe it or not. I know you think to yourself, wow, how can a weed, I hope that showed up, how can a weed be so important? But actually they are, because it helps the soil get better. And of course the different clover, the purple, the white, bring on the bees, which helps the pollination, which helps what we need to happen. Washington State had a bee issue with, how can I say, a virus. And so they took one of our planes and in the agricultural area, and they sprayed like an antibiotic for bees like they would anything else. I've seen a little bit more on our bumbles this year, but not much more. The park, the backyard. I saved it, Suja. If I can save myself, it'll be good. Hey, you big dog. Moose. He's beautiful. He loves to lay in the cold grass and anything wet. I found a puddle, and he rolls upside backwards and upside down. So the back of my house. And no one can get up there without a rope and clean those gutters. Do I have any volunteers? Talk to y'all later. A lot of you I won't see again. But now I really am. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I love you. Bye.